Disclaimer. I don't know if I used that right, but if you feel like I didn't go over a certain thing in this video that you think I should have, leave it in the comment section. I'll try to answer that in the comment section. I'll try my best at least. And if there are like a significant amount of things that I missed, I'll probably just make another video or remake this video, because I want to have semi-good content on this channel, I guess. So yeah, that was a little prologue to the video. Have fun. Welcome to yet another video. I am hopped up on triple shot monster espresso right now, so I am feeling fucking peachy. Now, this video is going to be about Black Clover, because, you know, it's coming up on its 200th chapter, and I figured it's time to make a video on it. It's been about 4 years since it showed up in Shonen Jump, gracing us with its cliches and annoying MC. And, you know, I know a lot of people dropped it because of that, because within like the first couple of chapters, first couple of episodes, and I'm kind of making this video to point out that it's actually progressed a lot as a series, and I think is actually worth getting into now. Now, I know the first thing a lot of you are going to say is, does Asta stop being annoying? Like, does he just stop yelling? And really, no, he doesn't. He's still the same shouty, determined manlet throughout the whole series. He dabbles a bit in talk no jutsu from time to time, but it really rarely ever works. It really never works, actually. In the end, he always has to resort to beating the crap out of the opponent for them to switch sides, but at least he can manage to make the opponent switch sides, so he's not that bad in the talk no jutsu section. Now, something that he does progress in is strength, because, you know, he's a shonen protagonist. It'd be pretty boring if he didn't progress at all in terms of strength. Sorry, my nose is like stopped up right now, so I have to take like giant breaths in between like every 5 words. Okay. Yeah, he progresses a lot in strength. He starts off the series as a brute me hit thing, and if that fails, me hit thing even harder. But as the series progresses, he becomes a lot more strategic. He becomes a lot more team oriented, because that's a very big thing in this series. You'll find as you go throughout it, teamwork is a massive just component of the series. Even the antagonists use teamwork. It's a very just prominent thing in the series. It's kind of just, it's just there. And it's to a point where Asta repeatedly, when asked what his power is or something along those lines, if the enemy is just like, where'd you get that strength or something, Asta's usual reply is, I get it from my teammates. My teammates helped me get here. And that pretty much sums up 90% of the series. My teammates helped me get here. It's all about the teamwork in the series. It's all about the synergy. God, that triple shot espresso got me acting funny, dude. Next, we're going to talk about Yuno, Asta's rival. Yuno's a bit hard to talk about because, you know, he's a bit of a cardboard cutout character. He doesn't have much character, much personality. He, throughout the series, gets the occasional funny moment or something, or he'll like smirk and smile and be like, haha, I'm gonna be Wizard King, or yeah, Asta, like, you're my friend. But for the most part, he's pretty blank. He's almost a walking power level. He's better than Jiren, I'd say. At least beginning of Tournament of Power Jiren. End of Tournament of Power Jiren, who learned the power of friendship, might be actually better than Yuno, but, you know, whatever. Yuno's, as I said, a walking power level. I actually don't know if I said that yet, but he's a walking power level. He's just there for the MC to compete with, he's just there to be the rival. I feel like he's such a blank character that you could take any other character in the series and replace Yuno with them as the rival, and it'd work infinitely better. He's just that blank. Fucking God, my chest is actually hurting right now. I think that triple shot espresso is going to kill me. But yeah. Next, we're going to talk about Noelle. Noelle. The true love interest. I'm sorry if you're already caught up to this series and you're just watching this because, and you heard me say that. I'm sorry if I broke your heart by saying Noelle's the true love interest, because we all know Mimosa's, she's not getting anywhere. Just face it. Mimosa is getting nowhere. She's just there as the bait character. I'm just telling you that now. She's just there as bait. We all know Noelle's getting with Asta. Now, Noelle, she's actually a very interesting character. She starts off the series very weak physically and I guess mentally. She starts off weak physically and mentally, and she's just not very confident in herself. She kind of shows up her first appearances, if I recall correctly. She acts like she's all high and mighty because, you know, she's a royal. Haha. You will never be as good as me. I tried to do my my anime girl laugh right there, but yeah, she starts off like that, but on the inside she's hurting. She's not very confident. She doesn't really, I guess, believe in herself. It takes Asta and her teammates for her to finally start gaining confidence, and later on in the series she grows stronger both physically and mentally. She's much more confident. She's just, I don't even know if I'm repeating myself right now. Like, my memories are being erased faster than I can actually talk. I feel like I'm dying. But yeah, she becomes a lot stronger, I'd argue that currently in the series she could possibly give Asta a run for his money in terms of a fight. Like, she stays up there with the cast. She isn't that female character that just stays below and talks about wanting to catch up. I'll catch up with you someday, while never actually doing it, like Sakura or Ochako, is that how you pronounce her name, from Boku no Hero? She actually stays up there with the top tiers. So she's a very nice female character. All the female characters in the series are actually pretty nice. They are all pretty relevant. They can handle themselves. They aren't just MC-kun, please save me. Please save me, MC-kun. No. They're their own people. They can function on them. They can function. That's it. Very good female characters. I feel like I'm actually dying right now. This might be like my last video, guys. I'm going to yeet out at some point. I'm going to yeet out to see Tupac-sama. Next, we're going to talk about the magic system. Something that's going to turn away a lot of people in this. It's very... There's one aspect of the magic system that I don't like. For the most part, it's pretty basic magic system. The commoners have very little mana pools. The royals have a crap ton of mana in them. The king has a massive amount of mana in him. That's kind of how they separate people in their society, by how much mana you have. How you gain new spells in this series. There are really two ways. You train for it, or you get him. Now, I don't really have to explain the first part. Yeah, you train for the spells. How they really train for the spells, I'm not entirely sure. That hasn't been gone in. Like, we haven't gotten much information on how exactly you train to get your spells stronger other than you just use them a lot. But the second one, this is a big one. This is a turnoff for a lot of people. You see, in this series, you can get spells if you're in a dangerous situation, if you're backed into a corner, if you're on the verge of death, if your will to live is just all over the place. Like you've got your will of fire going hard in you, man. You've got your ninja way just all over the place. You can get a new spell. It's pretty much some Ultra Instinct shit. That's what it is. You remember in the Tournament of Power how Goku just got Ultra Instinct whenever he was pushed into a corner, whenever he truly needed it? That's how it is in Black Clover. You can get new spells if you just truly need them. Now, it seems to be that the less spells you have, the easier it is for you to get new spells. So if you already have a crap ton of spells in your Grimmer, then it's gonna probably be harder. I guess like the chance for you to get a new spell lessens every single time you actually get a new spell or something. I don't know. But yeah, you get new spells just for being pushed into a corner. For example, I'm trying not to spoil much. This is a spell. This is Yami's spell. You see, Yami, the captain of the Black Bulls, he was pushed into a corner, and because of that, he gained a new spell. I forgot the exact name of it. It's like, I just know the effects of. I don't even know if there was a name given to it. The effect is that it can actually. I'm not even going to go over the effects of it. I don't want to spoil it. But he gained a new spell by being pushed into a corner. Now he's a captain level character. That just goes to show you that even the really strong characters in the series can still get power-ups like that, which is a huge turnoff to a lot of people. It's a huge turnoff to me. I just don't like that. I don't like how a character can be losing and then out of nowhere, just through pure force of will, get a new spell that could potentially just destroy everything around them. That's just not my type of thing. Sometimes it could be really cool, really hype, but in the end, I just don't think it's good writing most of the time. Next, we're going to talk about character balancing. Now, this is actually a really interesting topic in this series because character balancing is a problem in a lot of manga. Like, Dragon Ball is the biggest one. It's the Goku and Vegeta show. Or if you watch Dragon Ball GT, it's the Goku show. Dragon Ball has absolutely horrendous character balancing. Everyone knows that. Black Clover, on the other hand, it actually handles characters very well. Of course, Asta gets most of the screen time, but we still get a lot of development for other characters. We know the past of a lot of characters. We know the relationships a lot of characters have with each other. They're their own characters for the most part. They function without Asta, thankfully, because that's a problem in a lot of manga too, where these side characters can't stop thinking of the main character. They can't function without the main character. Everyone's got to be thinking of that character. And there is the occasional moment in Black Clover where you think, you know, MC Kun is getting a little too much attention, but whatever. For the most part, the balancing is really great in the series. I feel like that's the actual strong point of the series. The thing that made me stay with the series is the character balancing, the character personalities. Because honestly, I don't really care much for the antagonists too much. Well, actually, I won't say that. It's just that I prefer the cast is what keeps me reading, I guess I could say. The antagonists aren't bad. Like Eye of the Midnight Sun and the Diamond Kingdom, they aren't bad, but they definitely aren't enough for me to keep following the series. It's the supporting cast that makes me want to continue. Next is world building. This is also a problem in a lot of series. Like Boku no Hero. I love My Hero Academia, but the world building is pretty trash. We just know little hints about the world building, specifically like hints about what America's heroes are like. It's mostly just centered around Japan, Japan's heroes, Japan, 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 Japan. While Black Clover, on the other hand, we have some pretty good world building. We know the kingdoms that make up the four kingdoms that make up the worlds. We've only really encountered one other kingdom so far, but we know that there are two others other than that, which is good. It allows the audience to know what the author has set up for the future, and I like that. I like knowing that the author has actually planned out things for the future. I am back. Sorry, I had to take like 30-minute break. That triple shot espresso really got me bugging, dude. But yeah. The world building is pretty good. It's much better than something like My Hero Academia. It's let's see. It's probably on the tier of Naruto, maybe. Actually, yes, it's about on the tier of Naruto, endgame Naruto. Everything we know about Naruto currently as it is right now is about as much content as we have with Black Clover. We have all these kingdoms, we have these little villages too that kind of spice things up, which I really like. It isn't just the four kingdoms, it's these four kingdoms, these villages off to the side that have this super powerful magic, these dungeons, this this blank, and we've recently been introduced to possibly different realms too. So there's a lot of setup for future arcs, which, as I said, I love that the author has actually thought up that far ahead. Now the antagonists. Now I'm going to try not to spoil much at all, but the antagonists, they're pretty basic, I feel. I personally feel like Shigaraki Tomura, is that how you pronounce his other name? I don't know. Shigaraki from Boku no Hero, My Hero, is more interesting than every antagonist in this series. Now, you can kind of interpret that how you want. Maybe you hate Shigaraki, so you're gonna think, oh man, these antagonists worse than Shigaraki. Yeah, I'm not picking this up, but they aren't necessarily bad to me. It's just they aren't interesting. They're well thought out. They have depth to them. It's just they're not interesting to me. They're just kind of bland. Like I said, it's the supporting cast that keeps me going in this series. If the supporting cast was something like Dragon Ball or something, I don't know, I really wouldn't follow the series because the enemies just aren't my thing. Maybe you guys would love the enemies. I've actually heard, sorry for that sound in the background. Now, I've heard a lot throughout the community that they love the enemies, so maybe I'm just the odd one out, but I personally just don't like them. The caffeine, it's starting to wear down a little. My voice and just my hyperness altogether is starting to drop a little, calming down. But yeah, the that's just about it. That's all I have to say. The series has really grown into its own thing. I personally believe it still hasn't gotten to the level of My Hero Academia, but it's grown. It's very enjoyable now. It's no longer piggybacking off of the cliches of Naruto. It's become its own series, and it's definitely worth reading now. And I definitely think that you should just give it a chance again. That's what I did. When I first started reading it, I admit that I dropped it, and then I started it back again. And now I'm not hooked, but it's definitely has my interest. I think I used that phrase word right. Yeah. Now, yeah. That's just about the end of the video. Now, if you feel like I didn't go over something that you wanted me to go over, leave it in the comment section and I'll try to answer that. I'll pin the comment. Well, I guess I can't pin like every question, so I'll figure out something. I'll maybe like heart every comment that I answered. But yeah. If you feel like I didn't go over something, just leave it in the comment section and I'll answer it. Now, if you like the video, like it. If you really like the video, subscribe. And if you really like the video, share it. And if you dislike the video, dislike it. And leave in the comment section why you disliked it. Feedback is always cool. So, yeah. Bye-bye.